Hello, my name is Kobe Brown with the North Carolina History Center on the Civil War, Emancipation, and Reconstruction, and you're watching Culinary Civil War Tales, a series focused on bringing to life Civil War era cuisine. Today, we will be making molasses cookies. Molasses is a thick black syrup that is usually used as a sweetener that is created out of the sugar making process once sugarcane is crushed down and boiled. Molasses has long played a prominent role in the history of cuisine and trade, especially during the Civil War years. It most notably was used as a sweetener for goods, a crucial ingredient for the production of rum, and of course, for candy. It is important to note that molasses was so vital for 19th century life, it sometimes was included in rations for soldiers of both the North and the South, with the latter often facing shortages through disrupted supply lines as a result of the war and the Union embargo. Within North Carolina specifically, a variety of molasses made from the sorghum plant has seen common use within the state, specifically Sampson and Caldwell counties. The sorghum plant originates in Africa and thrives in warm weather, making it well suited to the southern states. One delectable product of molasses that Civil War soldiers would have enjoyed, especially during the holiday seasons, was the molasses cookie. Much like today, molasses was a critical ingredient for the desserts of the time period. Okay, to start off, you will need 1 cup of molasses, 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 teaspoon of ginger, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of salt, half a cup of hot water to help dissolve the baking soda, 1 cup of lard, in this case we're using vegetable shortening, and 3.5 cups of flour. All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna grab a bowl to mix our dry ingredients. Go ahead and pour our 3.5 cups of flour into this bowl. Next, our 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. It smells great. Our 1 teaspoon of salt right here. Perfect. Our 1 teaspoon of ginger. Ginger smells awesome. It's one of my favorite spices. And of course, your 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And I have this spoon right here. We're gonna go ahead and mix it all together. You wanna make sure it's all evenly incorporated, mixed together, just like that. Let's go ahead and move this bowl aside, and I'm gonna go ahead and get another bowl. All right, now it's time to take care of our wet ingredients. Let's start off with our 1 cup of brown sugar, our only dry ingredient in this part. Let's go ahead and put it all in there, just like that. Perfect. Now let's do our 1 cup of vegetable shortening. Again, we're using a vegetable shortening substitute for lard. If you choose to use lard, that is totally fine as well. All right. Next, our molasses. We've all been waiting for this part. It smells absolutely amazing, kind of strong. But again, since molasses is very thick, it's all right to use your spoon to get it all out of there. Again, look at that. Thicker than syrup, even. Get the last of it out of there. I think that's good enough. And of course, our 1/2 cup of hot water. Let's go ahead and mix it with this spoon. Again, these are pretty big chunks of vegetable shortening. Make sure you go in there and cut it all up, break it down. Just like that. If you have an electric whisker, that's totally fine, but again, we're using a spoon, using the old-fashioned way. And we're just gonna mix it all up. All right, I believe we're at a point now we can add our dry ingredients together. So what I'm gonna do now, grab our flour mixture, and what we're gonna do, we're just gonna pour it in here. Just like that. A little bit left, shake it all in there. Don't be afraid to shake it all in there. All right. And don't be afraid to use your hands. We're gonna use our hands to go ahead and mix everything together until it reaches a doughy substance. Just like this. Make sure you get all the wet ingredients from the bottom, mix it up to the top. All the dry ingredients that's getting stuck to the side, bring it all down. All right, now I'm gonna place this foil on top of our bowl. We're gonna go ahead and put our dough in the refrigerator for about 30 minutes, and after that, we'll go ahead and tackle the next step. All right, everyone, it has been 30 minutes. Our dough is chilled. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this foil paper we have right here and take a look at that. Nice brown, very caramelish in color. But I'm gonna go ahead and set this aside right now. What we wanna do now, we have a clean, flat surface right here. What you wanna do, you wanna lightly dust it with some flour, just like that. Let's do a little bit more. All right, not too much, perfect. And what you wanna do now, you wanna grab your dough. Again, we're using our bare hands here, it's totally fine. You wanna grab it, place it on the counter where the flour is. Just like that. Got a little bit left. Perfect. All right, and don't forget to also add some flour to your rolling pin as well. You want to lightly dust your rolling pin. Perfect. And I believe we are ready to roll our dough. Just like that, perfect. Remember, you don't want your cookies too flat or too thin because they'll cook way too fast. So you want to leave the dough a little bit thick. So just do what I'm doing right now. And again, this smells absolutely amazing. Can't wait to try it. Perfect. All right, let's go ahead and begin cutting. Now, if you have a cookie cutter, that's totally fine. Or if you have a regular glass cup, that's fine too. So what you want to do is you want to go ahead and cut with a glass or a cookie cutter into the dough, just like this. All right, so now we have a couple of cookie sheets. What you want to do is you want to lightly grease both cookie sheets with some vegetable shortening we have right here. Have a nice light, smooth coating, just like that. All right, so now I'm going to grab our cut cookies from the dough. We're going to go ahead and place them on the cookie sheet. All right, now that our cookies are cut, it's time to preheat the oven at 375 degrees. All right, our oven is now preheated to 375 degrees. We're gonna go ahead and place our cookies in there for about 15 minutes. Make sure they're both on the top rack. Just like that, perfect. And we'll be back in 15 minutes. All right, everyone, the 15 minutes is up and it's time to pull out our molasses cookies. Wow, look at that. They smell and look absolutely amazing. I'm loving that golden brown color. They smell amazing. Beautiful. Take a look at that. These are our molasses cookies. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and use our spatula and sort of scoop up our cookies and put them on this nice plate we have prepared right here. And let them cool off for about 5-10 minutes. And there you go. Beautiful. Let's wait a few more minutes so they can cool off and then we can go ahead and try them. Can't wait. All right, our cookies are cooled off, so here's the moment we've all been waiting for. I'm gonna go ahead and try one of our molasses cookies. Choose the top one. Smell great. Very fragrant, very sweet. And let's go ahead and try it. Wow, very good. A little crunchy on the outside, but soft on the inside. You can really taste the sweetness from the molasses and the brown sugar. Let me go ahead and break it in half. Again, very soft on the inside, but kind of crunchy on the outside. Beautiful. I'm a fan. Wow, that was delicious. Thank you so much for joining us today as we learned about one of the many great uses of the time-tested food, molasses, during the Civil War and how amazing molasses cookies are. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and stay tuned for more content just like this from the Culinary Civil War Tales. Thank you.